Okay, maybe this one. So someone asked this question. Does saying, I don't like you. These are very real situations that children face, right? Young people, teenagers, young kids. Does saying, I don't like you. What do you think is the next part? Is it equivalent to saying, I hate you? Okay. Grace, why are you laughing so hard? Does it mean when I say, I don't like you? So Grace, do you say to your brother, I don't like you? Why are you laughing? You say that to her. Now, is it the same as saying, I hate you? Now, the reason why this young person asked is, why do you think so? Which commandment does it break when you say, I hate you? Which one? Caleb, which commandment does, say again? The sixth commandment. Very good. Is it the sixth or the fourth? Which one? Veronica, sixth or fourth? Sixth. Very good. Right? The sixth commandment, thou shalt not kill. Now, why do you say that someone who says, I hate you, is killing someone? Cornelius? The Lord Jesus explained, right? That when you hate someone in your heart, you already committed what? Murder. All right? You already committed murder. So the person asked, if I say I don't like you, does it mean I have broken the sixth commandment? The sixth commandment. What do you think? All right, so assuming this child comes and asks you, what do you think?
Well, if you still have the same intention.
Mm-hmm.
Hatred.
Okay. Right, so if you have the same intention, so if you say, I don't like you, and in your heart, both of you keep laughing, you say that all the time. When in your heart, you really mean, I hate you. But because I'm a Christian, I cannot say I hate you. If I say I hate you, mommy might spank me. So I say, I don't like you. But in your heart, you really, really wish the person were dead. I hope you die in your heart. Okay? But you say, I don't like you. Right? So if the intention in your heart, no one knows. You can say, I don't like you, but in your heart you really have hatred. You're very angry. You wish the person were dead, and you want to hit the person very hard. All those kind of thoughts means you break the sixth commandment. You have hatred in your heart. Okay? So to the person I answered very clearly, the Lord taught that. Because then the Lord had to explain this because many of them thought that, only if I take a knife and go kill someone, then I've committed murder. And then the Lord explained what exactly is the sixth commandment, having hatred in your heart. So if you say, I don't like you, means in your heart, I hate you, can't stand you. I wish when you in school you fall down and you die or something like that, or you get very badly injured. No, all those are evil, very wicked thoughts. All right, so that's hatred. Now, does it mean that every time you say I hate you means you've broken the fourth commandment? Thank you. The sixth commandment. Does it mean so? CP, what do you think so? So sometimes they say it as a joke. I say jokingly to you, I don't like you. Well, yes, sometimes we joke, right? So sometimes when you do something and then someone teases you, someone teases you, just joking with you, you also know the person is joking with you, and it's, I don't like you, right? You have no hatred, you're teasing each other, you're having fun, making fun of each other. No hatred in there. Now that is not having hatred, right? But it's generally not very nice to say. It becomes a habit. It becomes a habit. So you can tease back, but don't have to say, I don't like you. So yes, sometimes, like what other situations you can say, I don't like you. Or in your mind you think, I really don't like you. But it may not be hatred, right? Sing Yun, you're smiling a lot. In what situation? You can say, in your heart, say, I don't like this person. Oh no, I've committed murder. But actually not. May not be.
It can be when somebody is like disrupting your work.
Somebody is disrupting your work. All right, you're studying. All right, you're studying and then someone keeps asking you a question. How to do this? How to do that? Explain this to me. And then you're short of time. You're short of time. Or maybe you're doing something that can't be interrupted and the person disturbs you. Right? So in your heart, I really don't like this person because every time I'm doing something important, the person will come and disturb me. You don't bear hatred, but it troubles you. It makes it difficult for you to do things. Right? There's no hatred in your heart. Yes, sometimes it's that. But what about the person has a strange laugh? Right? Every time then you say, I cannot stand the way the person laughs. And you say in your heart, I don't like the person. Have you committed murder? Do you dislike someone's laughter or actions? I can't stand noise. I can't stand her action or something. Any? No? Maybe. So when you say, I really don't like that person. So you think it's hatred? Right, so some, in your heart. Maybe you can't stand the person because this person is prettier than you. Smarter than you. Right? But sometimes, yes, people do irritate us in a sense. It doesn't lead to your hatred with evil thoughts and wish the worst thing on the person. But you get irritated. So what should you do, Elim? You get irritated by the person, not hatred, but you get irritated. Tell him to stop. Tell him to stop. Okay. He doesn't stop. Grace, how? Enoch keeps disturbing you. Then Grace, you tell, please stop. Enoch doesn't stop. And you don't want it to lead to hatred. Do you hate Enoch? Okay. So you don't want it to lead to hatred. So you tell him to stop. But he doesn't stop sometimes. How? Does it happen to you? Sometimes, right? Noah, what would you do? Someone keeps irritating you. One of your sisters keeps irritating you. Who is the youngest? Jesse. Jesse keeps irritating you. All right? How old are you, Jesse? 8. How old are you, Noah? 13. Almost double. All right, so she keeps irritating you. All right, you're doing your homework and then she comes and say, Coco, look at this. Coco, your handwriting is so ugly. And you say, Jesse, stop disturbing me. I have to finish my homework. And then after 5 minutes, Jesse comes again. Coco, Coco. Does she call you Coco? Okay. All right. Then what do you do to prevent it from leading to hatred? So it hasn't happened. Has it happened to any of you? Yes, it happened to you. So what should you do to prevent it from leading to hatred, anger? That you say, oh, go and die. Huh?
Take it as a warning to check your heart.
Take it as a warning to check your heart. What do you mean?
Like, if you're starting to get irritated at a person, like, you're getting irritated, don't start hating the person, then you can remove yourself from the situation.
Sometimes you remove yourself from the situation. So Noah, go out of the house to do homework in the garden. Sometimes you have to do that, right? I don't want, because I know. Now, why would you do that? Because sometimes we realize that Jesse is 8 years old. I am 13 years old, right? So Jesse at her age is always curious. Jesse has many questions. Do you think so? Parents, you know, right? At a certain age, it's always, why? 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 Do you feel like, I wish you're dead? You don't, right? Why don't you feel that way? Because, it's a child, right? It's a child. It's young. It's young. So sometimes in our heart, we try to think rightly, biblically. All right? Think with what kind of heart? Starts with C. Hazel. Condemning heart. No. Start with C. Compassionate. Okay. I'm compassionate. You're so young. Charitable, compassionate. Right? Be charitable. They're young. Sometimes it's like that. Be patient. Does the Lord tell us to be patient, to be charitable, to endure? Sometimes it's like that. You know, God is infinitely wiser than us. I'm very sure we irritate God to no end with our sin and with our stubbornness. But God is very compassionate, patient, charitable. God is patient with us. Right? So sometimes or rather to avoid, I don't like you, leading to in your heart, I hate you, what should we do? Try to think charitably. The Bible tells us to be so. All right? Don't be like, I can't stand that sister because I can't stand the way she walks. Can't stand her voice. So high pitch. Or so low pitch. I don't know. I can't stand that brother. Always so silly. And then slowly it leads to, I can't even stand being in the same room with that person. Then it leads to that kind of behavior. Right? So think charitable thoughts. So should you therefore keep irritating someone else? Don't provoke others to sin. That's sin, all right? Do you understand what I'm saying? Don't be someone that provokes others to fall into sin. That's the point. Because sometimes we just like to irritate for the sake of irritating. Pull the hair. Just keep doing it. Pastor say we cannot hate. So you cannot hate me. You cannot hate me. Don't do things like that. Just to irritate someone else. Then you also fall into sin, correct? You cause your brothers to sin. Okay, so I hope this answers the question. Now, sinful anger, hatred, envy, desire for revenge. All those are sinful thoughts. Sinful thoughts. It's very true, right? We actually don't like someone. Your sister irritates you at home. Your brother irritates you at home. Jesse, does your sister irritate you? Sometimes. Do you hate her? No? For now. Right, so every time you feel hatred, angry, you want to take revenge coming up in your heart, you just say, I need to stop. I need to stop. Okay? Now, let me see what else. Must you always have warm, fuzzy feeling for everyone? If you don't have warm, fuzzy feeling for everyone, means you don't like everyone. Do you understand the question? Do you think so? When you look around, I want to hug everybody. I love everybody. 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 If you're not like that, means you don't like them. Is it true? No. So if you don't have all this, wow, I look at Noah, whoa, my best friend, I like him so much. Does it mean that you have sinned if you don't have feelings like that? No? All right, so we don't mix it up also. It doesn't mean we have to be like, have this fuzzy everybody, hey, hi, how are you? How can everything? Right, in your heart, don't harbor hatred. In your heart, there must be genuine concern. If the person needs help. You don't have to be hypocritical and overly expressive that I don't like you. Okay? So I also don't want us to think just because Xing Yun is always not smiling. Xing Yun, right? Yun. Yeah? Xing Yun doesn't talk. Okay, both Xing Yun and Xing Yuan seldom smiles. Then they're always on their own. I think they don't like us. Oh no, I think they broke the 6th commandment. Right? Don't think like that. Okay? Some people are quieter. That's all. Doesn't mean they go around not liking people. Okay, so I hope that answer your question. Must you be best friend with everybody? No. Did the Lord have certain people that he was closer to? Yes. He did. There was the inner circle. Right? Yes.
What if some teacher says that every single person in the class is a friend?
What if what?
What if a teacher says that every single person in the class is a friend?
What? Even if they're not. So the teacher said, everyone in class must be your friend. Even what? Please qualify what you mean, even if they are not.
Like if you don't like them, you don't really know them, and then the teacher says everyone is friends with each other, blah blah blah.
Okay. So you, number one, I don't know that person who sits in the back. I don't really know the person. Or another friend that always irritates you. You don't hate the person, but you don't like being around the person because it disturbs you, right? So what if the teacher said everybody must be your friend? You say, oh no. Then I must make sure that I like the other person. How would you answer? Your brother is smiling. Your brother, yeah, all right. So Faith comes home and asks you that. Brother, Coco, how?
Well, I guess it could be like neutral to other people, but like not really like.
Right, you can be neutral, right? Neutral. Doesn't mean that you have to be best friends. Friend simply means I don't hate the person, I won't do wicked things to the person, I don't wish the person evil, I have no these thoughts towards them. They are someone I know, acquaintance. If the person needs help, I will help as a person. Right? So in that sense, I'm a friend to a person. Everyone must be friendly to others when person needs help. Okay, so I don't think your teacher means you must go around hugging everybody and everybody is your best friend. But you should not dislike people with vengeful heart and all that. I think that's what they mean, correct? Okay, so it doesn't mean now you must go to everyone and say, hi, I'm Faith, how are you? Can I be your friend? I want to be your friend. Please be my friend because teacher said I must be your friend. All right? But when you walk, you smile at the person and do things when you need to do things with the person. Okay? Children think of these questions that, what about adults at work? I hope you don't have this kind of harboring hatred, vengeful, I don't like this person, I want to sabotage the person and all that. As Christians, we need to have charitable thoughts, be charitable, be patient, be long-suffering, be helpful. That's our behavior. Now, then the last one. So, if someone is always abusive to you, keep disturbing you, keep calling you bad nicknames, keep hitting you, keep taking your things and breaking them, what should you do? I hope none of you do that in church. We take bullying very seriously here. Keep bullying you. So what would you do? You shouldn't hate. What would you do? Cornelius, what would you do? Tell someone. Why you want to tell someone? Don't know why you want to tell someone. Why you want to tell someone? I'm sure you're thinking of the right thought. Tell someone why. So that it can be sorted out. Now, not saying, not avoiding saying I dislike you does not mean that you cannot do anything about it. Do you understand? So if someone really constantly causes you trouble, there's no need to think, I cannot dislike people, I cannot dislike people, I cannot dislike people, I cannot hate people, so I should not do anything about it. If I do anything about it, it means that I am hateful. I want to take revenge. Okay, so sometimes you may need to tell. Tell who? Cornelius, tell who? Someone older, maybe tell your parents. Dad, this boy in school always takes my pencil case and throws it into the drain. Right? So Dad, I don't know what to do. I don't want to hate the person, so Dad, can you please help me? So maybe Dad may need to intervene, right? Or in church also, if someone keeps bullying you, then bring it up to, yes.
What do you do if after you tell someone the situation escalates?
After you tell someone the situation, escalate means?
It gets worse because...
It gets worse. Now that person take the whole bag and throw it into the drain with the pencil box inside. What if it gets worse? Then I think you should still continue to try to deal with it so that it stops, right? Now we learn this. Why do you do that? Okay, took the pencil box. Should you lie? The person took the pencil box and threw it into the drain, then you go to school. Teacher, you go home and say, Daddy, my friend took my whole bag and threw it into the drain. Now that's lying. So even when sorting out things, you're not saying, I dislike the person. You should not lie and make things worse, correct? Number one. You should not have vengeful heart. I want to do this because I want the person to be punished. No, you should do it because I want the person to stop. To stop, and also don't do this to others, correct? Don't do this to others. All right? But do it with a careful heart, not a vengeful heart and all that. So we can do it for the wrong reason also. But if it gets worse, then you continue to ask for help. Right? Instead of letting it become anger and hatred, correct? Instead of letting it become anger or hatred. Okay? So, Enoch, what if Grace keep bullying you? What should you do? Tell mom. Tell mom and dad and talk to her. Right? But should you lie and exaggerate? No. Should you do it because now I tell mom and dad so that Grace will get a big caning from mommy and daddy? That's vengeful. Right? Is to stop her from doing that. if you are naughty and do sinful things, your parents must do what? Restrain you. Literally stop you, restrain you. Understand that. That's your parents' duty commanded by God. So your parents must restrain you. Must restrain you. But Eli did not. So parents, when you do not restrain, please don't say that, my child is like that. But from young, you do not restrain. Restraining, like we read this morning, using the rod is expected of the parents. Otherwise, you become accountable. Yes?
In the case of Eli, is it more so because he's also their boss, so to speak?
Is it Eli because Eli was their boss? Because Eli was the high priest. And then the priest, the children did not do anything. Both. Eli must put on his hat as both. As the priest at that time, taking care of them, he's supposed to deal with them. But he probably did not deal with them because of what? I'm the father. My sons are. Maybe he might deal with others. Right? So sometimes parents, you're very quick in Sunday school. Listen, sit down. Then our own children at home, we don't deal with them. Don't do that, right? So he must put on both hats rightly. Okay, so there are these dangers. So young ones, are your parents supposed to restrain you? Yes. Parents, are you supposed to restrain? Yes. God holds both accountable. Very important. Okay, so now last questions, then let me see, anything else? Okay, last question. Also about children and parents. So many children and parents question. Now, is favoritism wrong? And if so, why do parents show it? Okay. Favoritism. What is favoritism? What is favoritism? Jennifer, what is favoritism? When you like someone better than someone else. Did Jesus like some more than others? Does God like some more than others? Now, the definition is when you give unfair, preferential treatment to one person or a group at the expense of others. That is favoritism. Okay? Means you give not just preferential treatment. Is preferential treatment wrong? Is preferential treatment wrong? Brenda? Preferential treatment is not wrong. Okay, we'll see why after, or why you're right or wrong. Now, you give unfair preferential treatment to a person or to a group at the expense of another. Okay? So I hope the person will ask understand what is favoritism. So is it wrong? What do you think? Now, why do parents do it? So, unfair preferential treatment to one person or the group at the expense of others is not right. It's wrong. It's wrong. Can you think of a case in the Bible where there was unfair preferential treatment? What's my name? All right. In the case of Joseph, right? Why did Jacob like Joseph more? Who remembers? Justin, why? Since you start with J also. Why? He loved his wife more, and he was the child of his old age. All right? In Genesis 37, verse 3. I'm old. Wow, I'm old. I also have a child. Wow, this child is very special. So, for that kind of reason, because I have this child and I'm old, so I like him a lot. What did he do? You know, what did he do? He made coat of multiple colors for this. So whenever you wear, wow, multiple color. Just see, you got multiple colors skirt. Now, so that is one problem. Now, it is wrong. It caused a lot of problems in the family too, right? Caused a lot of problems. The brothers hated Joseph. Now, why do parents do it? Why do you think parents do it? Why? Shani, why?
Because they're sinful.
Parents do it because parents are sinful, that's all. Parents are sinful, so they do it. I think the person, so yes, parents are still sinners, but doesn't make it right. Parents should not have preferential treatment. Unfair preferential treatment, I qualify. So favoritism. Now, sometimes parents are unfair because of gender, correct? Gender. Because some parents love boys more. Some parents love girls more. Usually fathers like girls more, is it? Mother likes boys more. I don't know. I think so. So, or whichever case. So it could be gender. Why do parents do it? Sometimes it's gender. It's sinful. It's wrong. It's wrong. Sometimes it's parents do it because, so parents, this is for you and not for your child. Right? The child knows. Sometimes the parents, this child is smarter than the other one. Terrible. Right? This is the smart one. This is the dumb one. This is the skinny one. This is the fat one. This is the tall one. This is the short one. Whatever. Right? This is the can draw one. And the other one is the cannot hold a pencil. Right? So anything, if you just be, I like this one. All right? Because of this, it's very sinful. So parents, we must be very careful. We must be very careful. What else? So parents are still sinful and they do this sinful thing. So it's not good. Now let's look at the Bible. Be very careful. Sometimes we like the youngest one more. Do you think so? Who's the youngest? That's Grace. Their parents like Grace more? Wow, very good. No answer. Okay, Romans chapter 2. We must be like God. Romans chapter 2, verse 11. Romans chapter 2, 11. Quick. We got to finish. Romans 2, chapter 11. Parents, remember this. Let's read together. For there is no respect of persons with God. So parents, your child view you as the authority and you're supposed to reflect God at home. God says, I have no respect of persons. God is fair to all persons. All right? Treat all without favoritism. Ephesians 6:9. Ephesians 6:9. The same. Ephesians 6:9. Let's read. And ye masters, do the same thing unto them, forbearing, threatening, knowing that your master also in heaven, neither is there respect of persons with him. Now God keeps saying he is fair. Colossians 3:25, again God says he's no respecter of persons. So God is like that. Parents should not have favoritism. Okay, so be very careful, parent. You cause siblings to hate each other. Did the siblings of Joseph hate Joseph? Can I use the word hate? Yes. They wanted him to die, correct? They hated him. So parents, you can end up doing that. So, if your parents show favoritism, should you hate? We answered question number 1. Should you hate your brother? Oh, my mom, my dad loves my brother more. I hate my brother. Should you do that? No. What should you do then? We learned just now. Jennifer, what should you do? Have a compassionate heart, okay? Have a compassionate heart. Have charitable thoughts. Or talk to your parents, right? Cornelius say, talk to your parents. Not try to kill your brother. Not try to get your brother in deep trouble. Not try to sell him away. Deal with it. Mom, Dad, why are you showing favoritism? What is favoritism? Favoritism is the practice of unfair preferential treatment of one person over another at my expense. Yes?
What if someone asks about it, like close to the parents, but the parents lie about it?
The parents lie. Okay, it gets too complicated. The parents lie about it. Well, then tell the person, your parents are lying, talk to your parents. I can't help you. Talk to your parents. Now, parents, I think they are honest. Now, but can parents show preferential treatment? Noah. Noah, if you do your homework. Noah, Jesse, Faith. If you do your homework, the one that do their homework will get playtime. Can go out and play in the garden. All right? So mom, dad comes back. Only Jesse and Faith did the homework. Noah did not. Then Noah, all right, you can't play. All right, both of you go out and play. Noah, you can't go out. Can you say that there is, Mom, you're not supposed not supposed to show preferential treatment? Can you say that? No, because there are preferential treatment. God says, if you obey, there is blessings. If you disobey, chastisements, correct? But it's unfair preferential treatment that's a problem. Do you understand, young ones? You nod your head, I hope so. All right, so don't mix that up. Don't mix that up. Please don't mix that up. So when you deserve not to be treated with rewards because you are disobedient, don't say this is Mom is showing favoritism. Dad is showing favoritism. You can't say that. Okay? Now, parents, favoritism is, all right, CP, if you do your homework, you get a bicycle. Then tell your sister. What's your sister's name?
Irene.
Irene, if you do your homework, you get an eraser. Right? That's still favoritism. Okay, so parents, search your heart. Be very, very fair. Be very fair. All right? So now, favoritism can cause sibling rivalry. We see that in the Bible. It's not a joke. Very serious rivalry. So parents, be careful. At the same time, children understand what is favoritism. You're naughty, you deserve it. Okay? Now, let us pray.
话语词的，
Now, someone asked what is the difference between psalms, hymns, and spiritual songs.
有人说诗章、颂词、灵歌有什么不同？
Someone also asked, can we just have instrumental music?
有人说我们只要乐器的音乐就行就好，
Can
可
we
以吗？
worship God with instrumental music?
我们单单用乐器的音乐来敬拜神就好，可以吗？